feeling stuck in a happiness rut? You're not alone. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the endless chase for more. But what if there's a secret to lasting joy that's been around for thousands of years? Enter the Stoics. These ancient Greek and Roman philosophers weren't your typical armchair thinkers. They were soldiers, statesmen, and everyday folks who faced real-world problems. And they figured out a thing or two about living a good life. The Stoics believed that happiness isn't about external circumstances, like having a lot of money or a perfect body. It's about what's going on inside of you. It's about cultivating virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. In this course, we're going to dive deep into Stoic philosophy and explore 8 practical ways to apply these ancient ideas to your modern life. We'll talk about everything from dealing with setbacks to building strong relationships. And we'll do it in a way that's both fun and informative. Imagine this. You're stuck in traffic and you're starting to feel stressed. A Stoic would remind you that you can't control the traffic, but you can control your reaction to it. By focusing on what's within your power, you can find peace even in the midst of chaos. Ready to embark on this journey? Let's discover how the wisdom of the ancients can help you live a happier, more fulfilling life. Circle of concern versus circle of influence. You can't control the weather, but you can control how you react to it. Ever found yourself stressing about things that are completely out of your hands? Like really out of your hands? That's a classic human trap. The Stoics had a clever way to talk about this: the circle of concern and the circle of influence. Your circle of concern is all the stuff you worry about: the news, traffic, your boss, the economy, and so on. It's a big, messy circle, filled with things you often have no control over. Your circle of influence, on the other hand, is much smaller. It's the stuff you can control: your thoughts, your actions, your reactions. Why does this matter? Because focusing on things you can't change is a one-way ticket to Stress City. It's like trying to push a boulder uphill. Exhausting, right? Instead, let's shift our focus to the things we can control. Think of it like this. You can't control if your flight gets cancelled, but you can control how you respond. You can choose to panic, or you can choose to find a solution. The Stoics, particularly Epictetus, would say something like, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Here's a practical example. You're stuck in traffic. Instead of getting angry and frustrated, you could use that time to listen to a podcast, call a friend, or simply enjoy some quiet time. By focusing on what you can control, your thoughts and actions, you're transforming a stressful situation into a more peaceful one. So, how can you apply this in your daily life? Identify your circle of concern. Make a list of all the things that stress you out. Narrow it down. Circle the things that are actually within your control. Focus on your circle of influence. Spend your energy on the things you can change. Practice acceptance. For things outside your control, practice acceptance rather than resistance. Remember, you have more power than you think. By focusing on what's within your reach, you'll experience less stress, greater peace of mind, and a more fulfilling life. Chill out and be present. In the realm of the real, there is no hurry, no delay, but only time and the right action at the right moment. Marcus Aurelius. Ever caught yourself lost in thought about a past mistake or a future worry? Yeah, me too. That's our mind wandering off, missing out on the present moment. The Stoics had a word for this: ataraxia. It's a state of tranquility and peace, and it's achieved through mindfulness. Mindfulness is all about being fully present in the here and now. It's about noticing your thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment. It's like hitting the pause button on life and really feeling what's going on. Why is mindfulness important? Because when we're constantly thinking about the past or worrying about the future, we miss out on all the good stuff that's happening right now. We miss the beauty of a sunset, the joy of a conversation, and the simple pleasure of a good meal. How can you practice mindfulness? Meditation. This is the classic way to practice mindfulness. Even a few minutes of meditation each day can make a big difference. Mindful eating. Pay attention to the taste, texture, and smell of your food. Mindful walking. Notice the sensations in your feet as you walk, the sounds around you, and the feeling of the wind on your skin. Body scan. Slowly scan your body from head to toe, noticing any tension or discomfort. Let's try a quick mindfulness exercise right now. Take a deep breath in. Hold it for a few seconds, then slowly exhale. As you exhale, imagine any stress or tension leaving your body. Notice the sensations in your body as you breathe. Remember, mindfulness isn't about emptying your mind or achieving some perfect state of calm. It's about being present with whatever is happening in the moment, without judgment. Embrace the struggle, become stronger. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Marcus Aurelius. Life is full of obstacles, right? From small annoyances to major setbacks, challenges are a part of the human experience. But how we respond to those challenges is what truly defines us. The Stoics had a unique perspective on adversity. They didn't shy away from challenges. In fact, they embraced them as opportunities for growth. They believed that it's in the face of difficulty that our true character is revealed. So, why should you embrace challenges? Growth. Challenges push you outside of your comfort zone, forcing you to develop new skills and perspectives. Resilience. Overcoming obstacles builds resilience, making you better equipped to handle future difficulties. Perspective. Challenges can help you appreciate the good things in life. Let's take a look at a common example. You're working on a project and hit a major roadblock. Instead of getting discouraged, you could view this as an opportunity to learn something new or to find a more creative solution. Remember, it's not about avoiding challenges, but about changing your mindset towards them. Count your blessings. Gratitude turns what we have into enough. Old English proverb. Ever heard the saying, count your blessings? It's a simple idea, but it's one of the most powerful tools for finding happiness. The Stoics, those ancient Greek and Roman philosophers who were all about living a good life, were big fans of gratitude. Why is gratitude so important? Well, when we focus on what we have instead of what we don't have, our entire perspective shifts. It's like looking at a glass of water. Is it half empty or half full? Gratitude helps us see the glass as half full. How can you cultivate gratitude? Gratitude journaling. Every day, write down a few things you're thankful for. It could be anything from your health to a delicious cup of coffee. Mindful appreciation. Take a moment each day to appreciate the small things in life. Maybe it's the warmth of the sun on your face or the sound of birds singing. Express gratitude to others. Tell the people in your life how much they mean to you. A simple thank you can go a long way. Here's a quick exercise. Think about something you're grateful for right now. Maybe it's your family, your friends, your health, or even your pet. Take a moment to really feel the gratitude for that thing. Why does this work? When we focus on gratitude, our brains release chemicals that make us feel good. It's like a natural mood booster. Plus, gratitude can help us build stronger relationships. improve our overall well-being, and even boost our immune system. So, what are you waiting for? Start practicing gratitude today. Remember, it's not about having everything, but about appreciating what you have. Live your best life. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Epictetus. Ever heard the phrase, "Virtue is its own reward"? It might sound a bit old-fashioned, but the Stoics were all about living a virtuous life. For them, virtue wasn't just about doing the right thing, it was about becoming the best version of yourself. So, what does it mean to live a virtuous life? It's about cultivating qualities like wisdom, seeking knowledge and understanding; courage, facing your fears and taking risks; justice, treating others fairly and equitably; temperance, exercising self-control and avoiding excess. Why bother with virtue? Well, for starters, it makes you a better person, but it also has a lot of practical benefits. Virtuous people tend to be happier, healthier, and more successful. Let's take courage, for instance. A courageous person isn't someone who's fearless, they're someone who feels fear but acts anyway. Think about starting a new business or speaking up for what you believe in. These are acts of courage. Here's a real-world example. Imagine you're at work and you witness a coworker being treated unfairly. The easy thing to do would be to stay quiet, but a virtuous person would speak up, even if it meant risking their job. So, how can you live a more virtuous life? Identify your values. What matters most to you? Set goals. What steps can you take to live in accordance with your values? Practice daily. Virtue is a habit, not a destination. Find a role model. Look for people who inspire you and emulate their behavior. Remember, living a virtuous life isn't about being perfect. It's about striving to be better than you were yesterday. And let's be honest, who doesn't want to be the best version of themselves? Protect your peace. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Epictetus. Ever felt drained after hanging out with someone? Or maybe you've said yes to something you really didn't want to do. If so, you might need to work on setting some boundaries. What are boundaries anyway? They're like invisible fences around you, protecting your time, energy, and emotional well-being. It's about knowing what you're comfortable with and what you're not, and then communicating that to others. The Stoics were big on self-control. They understood that saying no is sometimes the most courageous thing you can do. By setting boundaries, you're not being selfish. You're simply taking care of yourself. Why are boundaries important? Self-care. Boundaries protect your mental and emotional health. Respect. When you respect your own boundaries, others are more likely to respect them too. Improved relationships. Healthy boundaries can strengthen your relationships with others. Let's say you have a friend who constantly asks you for favors, and it's starting to stress you out. You might feel guilty saying no, but remember, it's okay to put your own needs first. You could say something like, "I'd love to help, but I'm really swamped right now." Here are some tips for setting boundaries. Identify your limits. What are you willing to tolerate and what are you not? Communicate clearly. Use I statements to express your needs and feelings. Be assertive. Don't be afraid to say no. Be prepared for pushback. Some people may not like it when you set boundaries, but stay firm. Remember, setting boundaries isn't about being rude or unkind. It's about self-respect and self-preservation. Unplug and recharge. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Marcus Aurelius. In today's fast-paced world, we're constantly bombarded with distractions. From our phones to our social media feeds, there's always something vying for our attention. While technology has made our lives easier in many ways, it's also made it harder to focus and be present. The Stoics, with their emphasis on inner peace and self-control, would have a field day with our modern-day distractions. They understood the importance of solitude and quiet contemplation. Why are distractions so harmful? They can decrease productivity. Constant notifications and interruptions can make it difficult to focus on tasks. Increase stress. The constant need to be connected can lead to feelings of overwhelm and anxiety. Hinder relationships. Excessive screen time can take away from quality time with loved ones. So, how can we limit distractions? Digital detox. Schedule regular breaks from technology. Create a dedicated workspace. Designate a specific area for work or study to minimize distractions. Mindful use. Be intentional about how you use technology. Practice mindfulness. Techniques like meditation can help you focus on the present moment. Imagine you're trying to write an important email, but every few minutes your phone buzzes with a notification. This constant interruption can make it difficult to get into a flow state. By silencing your phone and closing unnecessary tabs, you can create a more focused and productive environment. Remember, it's not about completely eliminating distractions. It's about learning to manage them. Roll with the punches. The only thing that is truly ours is the present moment. Marcus Aurelius. Life is full of surprises, isn't it? 1 minute, everything's going according to plan, and the next, a curveball is thrown your way. It's easy to get caught up in trying to control everything, but the truth is, most of life is out of our hands. The Stoics, those ancient philosophers who were all about living a good life, had a pretty chill attitude towards uncertainty. They understood that trying to control the uncontrollable is a waste of energy. Instead, they focused on what they could control, their own thoughts and actions. Why is it so hard to embrace uncertainty? Because as humans, we crave predictability. We like to have a plan, to know what's coming next. But the reality is, life is messy and unpredictable. So how can you embrace uncertainty? Practice acceptance. Accept that things don't always go as planned. Focus on the present moment. Instead of worrying about the future, focus on what you can do right now. Develop a growth mindset. View challenges as opportunities to learn and grow. Cultivate flexibility. Be willing to adapt to changing circumstances. Imagine you're planning a big trip, and then suddenly a global pandemic hits. Your plans are completely disrupted. Instead of getting angry or frustrated, you could choose to see this as an opportunity to explore your own city or take up a new hobby. Remember, uncertainty isn't something to be feared, it's a part of life. So, what have we learned? The Stoics were onto something when they emphasized the power of the mind over circumstances. By understanding our emotions, practicing gratitude, and cultivating virtue, we can find lasting happiness, even in the face of life's inevitable challenges. Remember, it's not about eliminating negative experiences, but about developing a resilient mindset that allows you to navigate life's ups and downs with grace. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Every obstacle, every setback is an opportunity for growth. So go out there, live intentionally, and embrace the beauty and challenges of life. And remember, the journey to a happier life is a marathon, not a sprint." Keep practicing these Stoic principles, and you'll be well on your way to living a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Let's keep the conversation going. What was your biggest takeaway from this course? How do you plan to incorporate these Stoic principles into your daily life? Share your thoughts in the comments below.